When love was a crime. The true origin of Saint Valentine.
They say love makes the world go round. But there was a time when loving was a crime. This is the story of a man who chose to disobey an empire, rather than betray love. Some stories are not meant to be told, but to be remembered. Stories that cross centuries, like a small yet stubborn flame, resisting the wind of time. The story of Saint Valentine is one of them. It is not just a love story. It is a story of disobedience, of philosophy, of faith, and of magic. A story that begins in the shadows of ancient Rome, when loving could cost you your life. Was the 3rd century after Christ. The Roman Empire was vast and powerful, yet fragile from within. Wars were constant, borders were unstable, and the army needed men who were strong, obedient, and above all, unattached. Emperor Claudius II, known as the Gothic, reached a conclusion as practical as it was cruel. Unmarried soldiers fought better. No wives, no children, no one waiting for them at home. To him, love was a weakness. So he banned marriages among young people. Love became illegal. Commitment became secret. Affection became an act of silent rebellion. But even in the most rigid systems, a crack always appears. Valentine was a priest. Some traditions say he was also a physician, a healer of the body and the soul. He believed love could not be ruled by law, that the bond between two people was sacred, older than any empire, stronger than any decree. In secret, he began marrying young couples in love. Small ceremonies, whispered words, promises spoken by candlelight. Each wedding was an act of resistance. Valentine carried no sword. He led no army. His revolution was intimate. To turn fear into hope, prohibition into union. In a world ruled by force, he chose the gesture. His secret did not remain hidden for long. Valentine was arrested and sentenced to death. During his imprisonment, he grew close to his jailer. Some versions of the story say, the jailer had a blind daughter. Valentine prayed with her, spoke to her, stayed by her side. Legend says, she regained her sight. A miracle, suggestion, or a symbol. Perhaps it is not about seeing with the eyes, but learning to see with the heart. Before his execution, Valentine wrote a farewell note. He signed it with words that still echo through time. From your Valentine. It was not a romantic declaration, as we understand it today. It was a gesture of tenderness, of humanity, of presence, even in the face of death. Tradition says that, on the place where Valentine was executed, an almond tree bloomed with pink flowers. The almond tree is a symbol of lasting love, of hope, of rebirth. Death transformed into a flower. Plato spoke of Eros as the force that drives human beings toward beauty and truth, not as weakness, but as a vital power. Without knowing it, Valentine embodied that idea. Love became a philosophical act, and also a political one, choosing the other. When the world tells you not to, the empire fell. Its laws were forgotten, but Valentine's gesture survived. In the Middle Ages, people believed that February 14th was the day birds began to pair. Nature awakened. Human love mirrored the cycle of life. Poets like Geoffrey Chaucer connected this date with the figure of Valentine. Christian faith blended with pagan belief. History merged with myth. The saint met ancient magic. Today, Valentine's Day lives among flowers and shop windows. But beneath the modern surface, the ancient story still beats. To love, despite everything. To write a letter, To speak a name. To choose someone, every day. The true magic is not in gifts, but in the act of choosing the other. Because this is not only the story of a saint, it is the eternal story of what happens when love refuses to obey. And perhaps that is why, after so many centuries, we still speak his name.